A monkey, a fox, and a hedgehog walk into a bar. And after a couple of drinks, the talk starts to turn around to politics, as often happens when a bunch of animals get together in a bar and start drinking. And each of these creatures makes a prediction about what's going to happen over the next 2 months. Which one do you think is going to be accurate? Here's the thing. Have you ever watched CNN or CBC or any of those news programs where they bring on an expert and they interview the expert and they ask the opinion? And the expert gives their opinion about what might happen. Have you ever gone back a couple of months later and checked and seen if the expert was right? Well, there was somebody who did. His name was Philip Tetlock, and he's a professor at the University of Pennsylvania. And he actually studied this. And what he discovered is that the average television expert is no more accurate than a monkey randomly throwing darts at a dartboard. And so he sat back and he tried to figure out why. And he conducted a study that lasted about 30 years. And over the course of those 30 years, he would ask people to make predictions, then he would go back and check. And what he discovered is that the people who were most accurate shared a particular set of characteristics. And the realization came to him when he came across this quote by Isaiah Berlin. And the quote goes like this: "The fox knows many things, but the hedgehog knows one big thing." There's a certain type of people who would make a prediction based on their own biases or their own beliefs or their own ideology. And then they would stick to that belief and they would stick to that prediction despite what the facts were showing them. Whereas there was a small subset of individuals who Tetlock called foxes. And these foxes would go out and they would do research and they would find a bunch of facts. And if those facts were different than what their ideology told them, then they would revise their opinion. Like a fox trying to get into a hen house, they would try all sorts of strategies to try to figure out what was going to work and what was going to get them the truth and what was going to make them the most accurate. So if you're trying to figure out what lies ahead over the next 2 months while we're in the middle of this COVID crisis, you should probably begin to think like a fox and not like a hedgehog. Don't stick on what you believe to be true or what you want to be true. Do some research, check those research against your assumptions, and then continue to revise your assumptions. Or let me take Tetlock's advice and put it together even more simply. It's okay to have strong opinions, but hold strong opinions loosely.